When Hyundai announced the Verna facelift, to be honest, I was a bit worried because they do seem to get a bit carried away with these nowadays. But with this, they seem to have done a pretty good job, no? We'll get to what are the design changes in a bit because the biggest change in this car is actually under the hood. So the facelift Verna gets 3 new engines, a 1.5 litre turbo diesel, a 1 litre turbo petrol with a DCT transmission, and this, a 1.5 litre naturally aspirated petrol. Now, on paper, this might seem the blandest of the lot, but from behind the wheel, you're in for a surprise. So the naturally aspirated petrol engine is the same as the old 1.6, except it has been downsized by around 100cc and it is now BS6 compliant. Power figures, it makes 115 PS of power and 144 Newton meters of torque, which is a bit down on the old engine. The gearbox, so if you want to buy an automatic Verna with this 1.5 litre engine, now you get an 8-speed CVT transmission as compared to the 6-speed torque converter of the old car. And initially, it being a CVT, I had some reservations about this gearbox. As a matter of fact, this engine and gearbox combination feels quieter and more composed than the older engine. It feels creamy smooth both in terms of the power delivery and the noise this engine makes. Well, what about the CVT gearbox? Well, thankfully it doesn't feel laid back or disconnected, especially at low speeds. In fact, the throttle modulation is so good that you exactly know how much power is going to be delivered as soon as you press on the accelerator. Combine that with the compact dimensions and great forward visibility, the Verna CVT transmission variant makes for a great city commuter. Even out on the highway, the Verna CVT cruises really well. In fact, if you're doing speeds of around 100 kilometers an hour, the engine is ticking just over 1500 RPM, which keeps everything very relaxed and peaceful. The only place where you would think that this car would have done with a bit more power or punch is on a 2-lane highway, where you want to do a quick overtake. This gearbox takes a second or two before it responds properly. So yes, you have to plan your overtakes well in advance. And this is where the turbo petrol with the DCT transmission will have an advantage over the CVT. That smooth engine and gearbox is backed up by the ride quality too. What kind of road surfaces you have to deal with? Mild imperfections? Verna says no problem. Medium-sized potholes? Still no issues. Large, sharp-edged, big potholes? Even over that, the Verna feels surprisingly comfortable. Even the suspension works silently, which adds to the plush character of this car. One thing that if we have to complain is the sound insulation, which isn't great. So over cement roads, you do hear quite a bit of road noise in the cabin of this car. In terms of handling, it is exactly like the rest of the car. It needs to be driven in a laid back and relaxed manner. It doesn't like to be hustled around, especially over ghat roads where there's quite a bit of body roll, and also the steering feels inert. So yes, if you drive this car in a relaxed manner, it feels absolutely fine. But what I particularly don't like are the brakes. They feel spongy, and even the ABS calibration is a bit weird where it cuts in too early, especially over rutted or loose surfaces. Now that we are done with driving, let's come to the cosmetic changes, starting with the cabin. As compared to the exterior, there aren't many changes to the interiors of the Verna, which is no bad thing because you get a dash layout that is easy to get used to and the quality is still class leading. Touch points like the steering wheel and the gear lever are wrapped in premium leather. Yes, you don't get any softish plastics on the dash or on the door pads, but the graining feels premium and upmarket. Like the old car, this car too is feature loaded. So let's just get a refresher of what you used to get in the old Verna. You get cooled seats, you get a tilt and telescopic adjustable steering column, you get automatic climate control, you get tire pressure monitoring system, and you also get a sunroof. Now you also get 2 or 3 extra new features Let's start with the biggest one, which is the new infotainment system. It's a larger display, it's an 8-inch display, and the touch sensitivity and the graphics are just top-notch and the best in the business. This system also comes with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Apart from that, you also get Bluelink connected car tech, which is a first in its segment. With the Bluelink, you get safety features like geofence alerts, you get emergency assist in case you meet with an accident, or you can call for roadside assistance in case the car breaks down. You also get some cool features with Bluelink. For example, you can pre-cool the car before you're going out on the drive. You can also use voice command to activate Bluelink by saying, "Hello Bluelink." Apart from that, you also get an upgraded Archimedes sound system, which sounds really good. The next feature is that you get an all-digital instrumentation. Yes, it is easy to read and it looks very sporty, but it is not to my liking. At least Hyundai should have given some customizable options to get a more conventional layout, which can be to everyone's taste. Another new feature you get in the Verna is wireless charging. Now, if you have a small phone, that is not a problem, it'll fit properly. But if you have a big phone, anything over 6 inches, it becomes useless. In terms of safety, the top SX option variant gets 6 airbags, ESP, hill assist and ABS with EBD. As compared to the turbo-petrol variant, the CVT version misses out on rear disc brakes and front parking sensors. Unfortunately, as compared to the old car, the rear seat experience on the Verna hasn't changed. So yes, you do get just about enough knee room. The seat itself is comfortable, you get good amount of under-thigh support. But again, because of the sloping roofline, headroom is a problem, especially for me. I'm 6 foot tall, and also the width of the car isn't that much. So sitting 3 abreast will be a problem. In terms of boot space, the Verna fares quite well. Sure, capacity of 465 litres isn't class leading, but the bay itself is well shaped and can easily gobble up weekend's luggage for 4 people with ease. Let's play Spot the Difference on the outside and wrap this up, shall we? Now, as I had mentioned earlier, Hyundai seems to have gone a bit overboard with their designs recently, say the new Aura or even the all-new Creta. But I'm happy to report with the Verna, the changes that they have made has helped this car look a bit more elegant and sporty. The biggest change in terms of design to the Verna is up front. You get a bigger new grille, which is tastefully finished in dark chrome color. You also get a chiseled new bumper, which makes the car look more sporty. Then you also get brand new LED headlamps, which adds to the overall appeal of this car. Changes to the rear of the Verna are minimal, but you do get more attractive looking tail lamps with LED elements. You also get a brand new bumper with a fog diffuser, which makes the car look more athletic. In profile, except for the sharply cut 16-inch wheels, the Verna remains unchanged. So you get the same coupe-like silhouette thanks to the swooping roofline. Overall, in our eyes, the Verna is easily the best looking compact sedan on sale. The Hyundai Verna never really had something exceptionally exciting to it. Yes, it had the right blend of comfort, features and quality, which made it a tempting package. With this facelift version, the essence remains the same. Except for a cramped rear seat, there's not much to complain in this car either. Now the Verna in the CVT version might be a little bland on paper, especially when you compare it to the turbo-petrol DCT, which is similarly priced. But this car is actually very easy to drive, which makes it a great city commuter. So, as I said, the Verna, especially in the CVT version, might come across as plain vanilla ice cream. But it has a secret sauce, chocolate sauce, which leaves just the right taste in your mouth.